Welcome to my channel. In this video, we're gonna cover one of the main concept in core Java, that is method overloading and method overriding. This is one of the common interview question for a beginner, right? So to understand this concept, let's get started. So I have created one class called main class. Let me create a method which is main method, right? Currently I'm not keeping anything inside main. So let me start with what is method overloading basically. So to understand method overloading, I'm creating a class called a, right? And this class is basically I wanted to implement couple of methods. So first method which I'm implementing, this is a public void test, which is not taking any argument, right? And inside that, let me create some SOP. So let me print inside test method, right? Again, like let's assume if I'm trying to keep a similar method where the method type is same, the signature of method is same, and return type is also same, I'm getting compilation error. Why? Because compiler won't allow to keep two method where your method name, access, and return type everything is common. This is a one of the compilation error, right? So to resolve this compilation, what I'll do, I'll just keep some integer argument inside other method. Let me keep int a, right? So I'll mention I'm inside test method which is taking int a. I'll print something like that, right? And then here I'm printing a value of a, right? So this is okay. Now if you see, like, we have a class called a, and this class is having two method. The method name is exactly same, even access and return type is also same, but it is taking a different argument. In first method it's not taking any argument, in second method it is taking an integer argument, right? So this is nothing but this concept is method overloading, right? This is the method overloading, and method overloading basically we can achieve inside a class itself, right? A class where you will be having a multiple method which is having same name, same access, and same return type, but different basically arguments, right? So let assume this is my main class, and in main class we will gonna see, right, how we can basically access this overloaded methods, right? So first we will try to access test which is not taking any argument, and in second second time we'll try to access a test method which is taking an integer argument. So to access any method, right, what we have to do, we have to create an object, right? So let me create an object called a, because this class is the class name is a, and this class a I am representing with identifier a1, right? So to access this test method, right, I'll call this a1 dot test, right? Because a1 is a identifier, and this identifier is pointing to class a, and using this identifier I'm trying to access the test method. So if I'm printing this particular statement, right, what it will do basically, it will basically print a statement which is there inside this test method, right? So that is how I am basically accessing a test method which is not taking any argument. In other scenario, let assume I wanted to test overloaded method, which is nothing but the other test method, and it is taking an integer argument, right? How I will do, right? Again, I'm gonna create a object of class a. Let me give this time a2, right? New a. So this is a2 is another identifier which is pointing to same class a, and using this I am again calling a test method which is taking one integer argument, right? So in this case, let assume if we are running this program, I'll get two SOP statement. So first SOP statement I am getting from the test method, then other test SOP statement I am getting from this overloaded method, right? So this is all about method overloading. So no, to conclusion, right, method overloading, basically we can achieve inside a class. A class can have a multiple overloaded method based on your need, right? So let's jump to the other concept. What is method overriding, right? Let me remove this line. Okay, so to understand method overloading, right, method overriding, sorry. So to understand method overriding, what I'm doing, right, I'm keeping a class A, and this class is still having one method called test, right? Let me create another class called class B, which is extending class A, right? So what I'm trying to do here, I'm creating a subclass of this parent class. Here parent class is nothing but class A, and child class is class B, right? I'm trying to extend a class A to class B, right? And after extending, I'm not keeping any statement, right? What I'll gonna do here, right, I'll again create an object. Let's assume I wanted to access class A test method, right? Again I'll do in same way, right? I'll create an object of class A, right, and then a1 dot test I'll do. So this is how I can access the test method which is present inside class A. Let me run this program. Yeah, you can see it's printing inside test. This statement is printing, right? Now what I'll do, I'll try to access class B. So if you see, I'm extending class A, but none of the statement is there inside class B. Then what will happen, right? I'm printing b1 equals to new B. That's how I'm creating object of class B, and then I'm doing b1 dot, nothing is there, right? So I'll do one thing, I'll do b1 dot test. See, even though there is nothing, but still it is giving me suggestion, right? There is a test inside B. Why? Because we are extending class A. So if I'm printing this, right, this particular piece of code, what happened actually, this SOP is coming two times. One time this SOP is printing, and other time what happened, because this class A we are extending in class B, so ideally this method will be available inside class B itself, right? Now what I'll do, basically I'm just copying this method and I'm pasting here, and inside this test, let me override SOP inside test, inside test of B, inside so because this method we are overriding inside B class, I'm just printing this way, so it will be a unique statement, right? So I'm telling inside B of test, right? Now if I will try to run the same program, you will see different SOP statement. Why? Because we have overrided a method test inside B. So basically this is how we can override a method, right? So here what we are doing, a same method we are basically overriding inside class B. So based on your requirement, let us assume in child, if you wanted to change the logic based on some need, you can still extend the parent class, and that's how you can override the methods, right? So this is the main difference between overloaded and overriding. So the conclusion here is like method overloading you can achieve inside same class as we saw before, and method overriding we can achieve in case of inheritance. Thank you so much for watching my video.